The AR Drone 2.0. We have very limited range with the Wi-Fi capabilities. So what I did, I went on macdrones.com and I ordered their RC kit. Now this kit here comes with pieces that you can turn any aircraft, glider, or even, whatever into a remote control device. So what we're doing is they've already took the time and used the Arduino to make this into an RC unit, so that way I don't have to do it. Now it does run you about 120 bucks to buy this kit from the macdrones website, but if you don't have the hardware to upload the data files to the Arduino, then it might be, or if you never uploaded to an Arduino before, it'd probably be in your best interest just to buy it. So that's what I did. I went along, bought it. I've got the 2.2 edition. You can tell the 2.2 drone from the 2.0 drone because the 2.0 has a 9-pin USB plug in the bottom of the drone, whereas the 2.2 only has a 5-pin. So make sure you check which drone you have before you order the part, or else, like me, I had to send it back and get the 2.2 version. Okay, so first thing I did, took off the metal plate that covers this area right here, and I used my razor knife to cut a small hole. It's not a very beautiful hole, but it's going to be covered up by this metal piece anyway. So, got a small hole, and I'm going to feed my USB plug portion, a 5-pin plug, in through that hole, down into the bottom, so I can hook it up into the circuit board underneath. Okay, so I've got it fed through there. I put my wire under here for the camera, my ribbon cable under there for the camera. I got my antenna for the receiver over to the side. Got this part coming up through here, the USB connection, and here's the USB plug right there. So we got everything where we want it. So now we want to put the metal piece back on, so I'm going to pull this out just a little bit, just to get all this situated where it's supposed to be. I want to get this on top of the metal. We don't want it underneath. It'll help hold everything together. Now we have that. Now we'll pull this back down through again. So we need to secure that with some tape or maybe some glue. And the antenna, we want to make sure it doesn't flop around as it flies. So that looks pretty good right there. So, some tape. Probably some glue would be better. Okay, so I'm using this Max 1 German glue I got from the home show. It's a 2-part epoxy that instantly glues anything together. So I used that on the front here. I glued my control board onto the front of the drone here, the metal part. So I'm going to actually do the same thing with the antenna because I want it to have a nice appearance, not look all taped up and stuff. So camera on the bottom here is the stabilization, and without that you're going to have some issues. Now we got that settled. This camera is just kind of sitting here right now. Although I have it's kind of sticky on the back, so I just been kind of sticking it back on here. I angled this so that we get a better view of the ground. The old camera style faces straight ahead, and I didn't really want that for videotaping. Now the other problem with this new setup is you won't be using the Wi-Fi, so you won't be able to get a video feed. So we're going to need a USB to plug into here to get ourselves some video. Flight recorder, which is a GPS, and also 4 gigabytes of memory in there. So we'll use that for our memory and also for the higher flight. When we start getting up into the air, the sonar isn't going to be effective. So you'll need something to control yourself when you get up really high, because this has now got the capabilities with the RC, you can go up to about 800. Alright, so now we want to link it up. We got the GPS, we got everything hooked up. We got some lights. Let's see what power's up here. Alright, system check looks good. So I do have a signal from the drone. Got the GPS is active. So we're gonna go and I'm not gonna use this to fly it though. Let's just jump out. We'll see how to pair it. Okay. So now we got it plugged in, we got the GPS receiver, everything's working. What you want to do is you want to make sure this switch is all the way counterclockwise. This switch is all the way clockwise. Make sure everything is nice and centered. Now to change configuration modes, you want to hold up the throttle and then you push down to get configuration number 1. Now that's the one I want to usually use because, you know, we're outside, so you hold it down and you'll see the LED light on top blinking fast. You release the throttle and then it will lock that position in. Make sure all these buttons are down. This one is the forward facing camera switch. If you turn that up, then the forward to the underground camera, the bottom camera for stabilization is off. So leave it down. This one here is for takeoff and land. Leave it down before you turn on your controller. Make sure all these trim buttons are set nice and straight in the center as much as you can. And then you should be ready for taking off. They already come bound, so this is already bound to the Arduino that's on the macdrone upgrade. So we're going to take it off and see how it goes. Nice level flight. You don't have to touch any buttons. We're going to go up. Now the controls are backwards on this one, so you're not going to be able to, you got to get used to that. So up and down, and the yaw is on the left, and all the pitch and roll are on the right. So it takes a little getting used to, but it's not too bad. I'm going to fly up over the house.
Up and mess up my head. They believe who they want. They'll be who they want. Along the way, got each other. Don't know I'm the only reason why I gotta pick myself up and get out of bed. Oh no, I'm the only lonely guy out there to cheer myself up and mess up my head. They believe who they want. They'll be who they want. Along the way, got each other. Oh no, I'm the only reason why I gotta pick myself up and get out of bed. Oh no, I'm the only lonely guy out there to cheer myself up and mess up my head. They believe who they want.
Now it's hovering, so I just flipped the switch. And there you go.